you wake up with a crushing weight on your chest. A phantom exhaustion that no amount of sleep can cure. Or a sudden, paralyzing migraine right after leaving a crowded room. You have been told you are too sensitive, that you are imagining it, or that you just need to toughen up. But you are not broken, and you are not making it up. Your body is simply functioning exactly as it was designed to. Think of your nervous system like a highly calibrated barometer in a house with porous walls. When a storm rolls in outside, the pressure drops inside long before the first drop of rain ever hits the glass. You are not the storm. You are the instrument measuring it. If this channel has helped you understand yourself even a little better, please hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. Today, we are exploring 9 physical symptoms only empaths experience, and more importantly, what they actually mean. For the sensitive soul, emotional labor is not just a psychological concept. It is a physiological event. Neuroscience and documented research confirm that when you are absorbing the unspoken emotions of an energy vampire or navigating the cognitive dissonance of a narcissist, your body keeps the score. These symptoms are not signs that you are destroyed or drained beyond repair. They are your body's ancient, intelligent language of self-preservation. Here's what most people misunderstand about empath fatigue. It is not the tiredness that comes from a long day of physical work. It is a deep, cellular exhaustion that sleep cannot touch. When you are around people who are performing or hiding their true intentions, your brain is working overtime to process the micro-expressions and energetic shifts in the room. Your mirror neurons are firing relentlessly, absorbing their stress as if it were your own. That is not a physical flaw. That is neurological discernment. Your body is forcing you to rest because it has been carrying the emotional weight of everyone else in the room. You might experience a sharp, throbbing pain behind your eyes, or a tight band of tension around your skull after a difficult conversation. This happens because your prefrontal cortex is working double time to regulate the emotional chaos around you. When you are subjected to gaslighting or manipulation, your brain tries to reconcile the reality you feel with the false reality being presented to you. This intense cognitive friction generates literal physical heat and inflammation in the nervous system. Your headache is not a random malfunction. It is the physical manifestation of your mind rejecting a toxic narrative. But here's the twist. Your gut is often the first organ to sound the alarm. The enteric nervous system, often called your second brain, is densely packed with neurotransmitters that react instantly to environmental threats. If you feel sudden nausea, bloating, or a churning stomach around a specific person, your body is detecting a threat your conscious mind has not yet named. You are not overreacting. Your digestive system is literally trying to process and expel the toxic energy of a one-sided dynamic. That gut feeling is your deepest, most primal form of immunity. This is where the real danger begins if you ignore it. Many empaths report a sudden, heavy pressure on their sternum, making it difficult to take a full, satisfying breath. This is a direct vagus nerve response to absorbed grief or anxiety. When you are feeling everything around you, your heart center literally expands to hold space for others' pain. But when that space is filled with betrayal or unprocessed trauma from someone else, the energetic congestion manifests as physical tightness. Your chest is not collapsing under its own weight. It is holding the unspoken sorrow of the room. Here's where it gets really interesting. You might suddenly feel freezing cold in a warm room, or experience unexpected hot flashes after an emotionally charged interaction. This is autonomic nervous system dysregulation. When you are constantly scanning for danger or absorbing the emotional labor of keeping the peace, your body's internal thermostat becomes confused. It shifts into a subtle fight-or-flight state, diverting blood flow away from your extremities to protect your vital organs. You are not losing your mind. Your body is simply preparing to protect you from an invisible threat. You wake up with a sore jaw, stiff shoulders, or a rigid neck, despite having a perfectly comfortable bed. Somatic psychology tells us that the body stores unexpressed emotions in specific muscle groups. When you are around a narcissist or an energy vampire, you are often forced to suppress your authentic reactions to maintain harmony. That suppressed frustration, anger, or boundary violation has to go somewhere, and it anchors itself in your fascia and muscles. That is not weakness. That is sovereignty. Your muscles are bracing for impact, holding the boundary your voice was not allowed to speak. Walking into a crowded space might make you feel suddenly unmoored, dizzy, or disconnected from your physical body. This is a documented neurological response to sensory and energetic overload. An empath's brain processes significantly more sensory data than a non-empath's brain. In a crowd, the sheer volume of overlapping emotional frequencies, body language, and ambient noise overwhelms your processing capacity. Your brain induces a mild dissociative state to protect you from collapsing under the weight of feeling everything at once. It is a brilliant, built-in circuit breaker. Here's a fun fact that genuinely blew my mind. The skin is not just a protective layer. It is the largest organ of the nervous system, and it acts as your primary energetic boundary. When that boundary is repeatedly violated through manipulation, emotional intrusion, or being treated as an emotional dumping ground, the body may express this violation physically. Eczema, hives, or sudden breakouts are often the skin's way of saying, "I am trying to keep something out." Your body is literally attempting to create a physical barrier because the psychological boundaries were ignored or destroyed. Now, here's the part that makes this genuinely dangerous to certain people. You might feel a literal physical ache in your chest, entirely separate from the heavy pressure mentioned earlier. This is cardiac coherence disruption. When you pour endless compassion into someone who refuses to change, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes erratic. Research shows that prolonged exposure to emotional betrayal or one-sided love literally alters heart rate variability. This ache is your heart grieving the potential of what could have been, signaling that you have given enough. And here is the final truth that changes everything. Your body is not a broken machine that needs to be fixed, silenced, or medicated into numbness. It is a sacred, highly tuned instrument that has been forged in the fire of deep feeling. Every ache, every exhaustion, every sudden migraine is a love letter from your nervous system, begging you to choose peace. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. The exhaustion you feel is not a life sentence. It is the final paralyzing push your body is giving you to walk away permanently from what no longer serves you. You are no longer required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. So here's what I want to leave you with today. You have the right to protect your energy. You have the right to be whole, untouchable, and clear. Which of these physical symptoms hit the hardest for you? Let me know in the comments below because I read every single one, and your story might be the exact clarity someone else needs to hear today. If this message resonated with you, please share this video with a friend who needs to be reminded of their own power. You are not alone. You are deeply understood, and you are finally safe to just be you.